Life is just chapters, and today marks the end of one of my chapters. A really nice chapter, really refreshing chapter. Um, I think that people think that life, I think a lot of people think that they're stuck and they have a bad life, but they have to remember that it's just for a season. Things are gonna get better. Um, when I broke my leg like 6 or 7 months ago. Well, anyways, uh, you know, I thought it was the worst thing that could happen to me, but it actually grew me a lot, and it humbled me. You know, uh, I wasn't close to a lot of people, my family, God, like my friends. I think I was just rushing in life, and God kind of told me to like, hey, like slow down a little bit, and I'm so glad I did. Like if you just sit down and listen, life is just life is so good. It's so like you're so grateful for everything. Um, and being not not being able to walk for 3 months, I was like I was so grateful just to be outside. Um, and that was a chapter of my life. And then these last 5 months or so, where I've been working, minimum wage at Chipotle, meeting some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. They were like such good people and made me understand the world a lot more. And you know just listening to them and just getting to know like all those people, I'm very grateful for it. I I thought whenever I got that job, I didn't like I wasn't gonna stay very long. I wasn't gonna enjoy it, but I ended up staying like almost 6 months, and I enjoyed it more than like just so much. I enjoyed it so much. Such good people. So if you're going through a chapter in your life, just keep going. It might seem hard in the moment, but you're gonna look back on it and you're gonna be so grateful for it. Mosquito, yo, chill out. It's not summer yet. uh, but yeah, you're gonna look back and just be grateful for all the laughs and you know pain pain the pain that you go through makes you grateful for the good times more. It's like Inside Out. This like you need sadness to be grateful for the happy times. Like when you lose a game and your parents take you to get ice cream to make you feel better or something like that. And like you just life. There's a quote. It's probably gonna butcher this, but it's life only makes sense backwards, but it has to be lived forwards, which is basically saying like we're living in the present, and sometimes we don't understand stuff right now, but we look back on it, and once we look back on it, it's like, wow, that shaped this part of my life, or that made me who I am today. and you're so grateful for things. You're so grateful for the bad times that made you a strong person. Um, one of my buddies is in the army right now. Kind of rambling, but we're going off topic, but like this is a really hard time in his life, but I've never seen the guy so locked in and so like on a mission to make his life better, and it's awesome to see. So I want to do the same. I want to lock in and actually do what I've been wanting to do for so long. And talking in front of a camera used to scare the crap out of me. Like every time I do it, it gets a little easier. I use the camera as my journal, and I hope that my stories help somebody, you know. So each part of your life is just a chapter to be looked back on and to understand the lessons that you're gonna learn. I'm very thankful for these most recent chapters, these humbling chapters. Because I'm be honest, I look back at myself from a couple years ago and I'm like, man, I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought being this confident, super locked in, you know, not willing to compromise or just like kind of, you know, I didn't think I was better than anybody, but I wanted to be better, and I hated people that didn't want to be better. But you just gotta realize people are just living, man. People are just trying to survive, and you don't know what chapter that anybody's in, so you shouldn't judge anybody. Like, you know, like I went from making like $20 an hour, like, to like 14, a big old pay cut. But it's like the people that judge people that work minimum wage jobs, like, you have a sad life if you're judging somebody for, you know, that chapter of their life. In 5 years you might see them and they might be a multimillionaire. So, you know, don't judge anybody. Don't judge people that are on drugs or homeless at the moment. You know, everybody has gone through things, and, you know, hopefully if they keep going, they'll see the other side of it. Just don't give up. Just don't give up in that season. You have so much more to give in this life. We got chocolate milk. So good. But yeah, love your life. Love every part of it. Love the rainy days, because, you know, the light only looks so bright compared to a dark shadow. You know, like, I don't know, man. Just thinking about stuff just makes me happy. Makes me feel, I'm so glad to be where I am. And I'm glad that I was able to slow down, and, you know, like, I broke my leg, and I was able to slow down and see the people who were actually there for me, you know. And it's like, man, it's like, for me from a couple years ago, would I have been there for me? And I don't think so. I think I would have been so locked in on my mission, I'd been like, somebody else take care of me, you know. That's not cool. You gotta be there for people, because who's gonna be there for you? I was, like, upset with my family at the time, but they were the number one like, they were there the most. They were the number one person there whenever I got hurt. And a lot of other people were there that I didn't expect, and I'm very grateful for everyone who helped me through that chapter in my life, and I'm very grateful to everyone at Chipotle for being cool and just making my life easier these past 5 months or whatever. I love y'all Chipotle people. Big Nick! That's an inside joke. But yeah. Be grateful for each chapter. Be grateful for people in your life. And just be grateful for another day living. Alright. That's enough for me. I will see y'all later. And keep going. You never know what the next chapter holds. See ya.